guys, just going through doing a few things today, kind of going through this morning, and I was kind of doing a little bit of trading, essentially like 50-50 on the trading today. So I'm up on one account, down on another account, so I'm kind of calling it done for trading this morning. I don't do a whole lot of trading right now, so I'm just went through and scalped a few things on the market. I trade the futures market right now. That's what I'm trading at the moment. But for today's plan is that I went ahead, got all moving around. I didn't really work out this morning. Normally I kind of would, but today I was kind of being a little lazy, kind of slept in, then got up and then did a little bit of trading. Got all cleaned up and stuff like that. And then what I'm about to go do is about to go rip the cover off my boat outside and hook up my boat, and we're gonna go take it out to the lake since today is a very nice day. The wind speeds are like 4 miles an hour, which I like it when there's not much wind on the lake and it's nice and cool. Like the highs are going to be like 70, 71 right now, which will be perfect out there. And it's supposed to be sunny pretty much most of the day. So I think it'll be a good time to get out there and go play around on the water. Normally I like to get up super early and then get out there before, the sun comes up, but it's still kind of cool in the morning, and I wanted to trade some, and I'm kind of like waiting for the market to come open and stuff like that so I can actually get in here and make some trades. So it's kind of hard to get out there super early, then make it back over here to trade and then go back out there. So I usually just get up, do my little routine in the morning, and then get out there and just start my fishing a little later in the day. So right now it's going on like 9, almost 9:30. So I'm gonna rip off the cover off my boat, get it all prepped and everything, and then yeah, we'll get out there on the lake. So stick around for that. Alright y'all, so that's pretty much it when it comes to like taking apart my cover and then setting up my boat and stuff like that, hooking it up. So it only takes me a minute. It's usually quicker when I have like my wife come out and help me and stuff like that, because she can kind of line me up perfect, because the way that back little ball hitch sits, I have to get it perfect so it can actually lock in. So I can get it on there, but then I got to back up and then move forward and back up until the little latch on top pops into place. So it's a little more difficult compared to like other trailers. You can probably just hand move them around and do it, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty quick to do. So yeah, we're gonna get all this wrapped up. I'm gonna get a few things from inside the house, and then yeah, we're gonna get out there on the water. So alright, got all that packed up. Took a minute. Actually takes a little longer when you're going through and you're trying to pack up everything. Get like your, get your recording stuff together. So a lot of the recording behind the scenes things when I'm like making these videos, and everybody kind of gets the picture or whatever. When you're doing it by yourself, you're setting up everything. So you're like pre-doing everything by yourself. But yeah. Got all that together, got me a little snack, got me a drink. I don't really, when I go out here and get on the water, crank this up. I don't really go and essentially like bring a bunch of food for myself. Like if my wife and kids are going, see everything's good with the boat. yeah, if they're going, then I'll bring a lot more snacks and water and that kind of stuff. But when I go by myself, it's like I could literally go out in the morning, get me a quick little bite in the morning, like a little snack or a biscuit, or you know, sometimes I'm lazy and I'll just eat some milk and cookies because I like some milk and cookies. But I'll get up in the morning and I'll just eat something like that, and then bring like a little bag of chips with me, and then maybe a couple extra water bottles, and I get out there on the water all day. And I really won't eat nothing else. I'll just sit out there and fish all day long, you know, from early in the morning till pretty much the sun goes down sometimes. And I can literally sit out there all day and fish sometimes and not catch a single bass, but just because I'm on the water, it's just nice sometimes to get out there and do that kind of stuff. So I don't know how it is for other people. Other people might enjoy the same thing because it's just like it's pretty peaceful out there, and you're just kind of out in the wild. There's a hawk up here on this fence. It's kind of cool. Maybe I'll drop by him and you guys can kind of, I don't know if you guys can see him right out here. He's hanging on the corner of that fence over there. But yeah, I could get out there in the water and just see like that kind of stuff, like just the wildlife, that kind of stuff, and just be out there fishing, maybe catch a fish or two or whatever. But yeah, for today, I think the plan is, the wind picked up quite a bit. I didn't expect it to pick up this much. It was like 4 mile an hour this morning, and I think it's already boosted up to closer to like 7, almost 8 mile an hour winds right now. So they kind of picked up quite a bit. So we'll see. We'll move this over. You're probably catching the corner of this little thing flopping around. But the plan is to get out here, see what we can come across, and if I can get a little bit of fish, maybe I'll keep a couple bass, bring them home. I do have some fish that I've already like vacuum sealed and saved with my food saver, and I was planning on making that up tonight. So maybe I'll show a little bit of that. I don't know. We'll see how long this video goes. But if I can get a couple fish, maybe I'll bring them back, and then I'll, like, you know, clean them up, that kind of stuff, and then you know, make some fish for dinner or something. I don't know. We'll see how long this video goes and what all I kind of get into. So yeah, just on the way to the lake now, and just kind of stand by, keep an eye out for all of that madness. So this dock that I'm about to get into is pretty low. The water's pretty low since the last time I went there, so it's kind of a little more of a pain in the butt. It's not so bad whenever you have somebody with you. It's a little more pain in the butt when you're by yourself, and the dock doesn't have like any cleats or anything to kind of like tie up to, so it makes it a little more difficult to hook up your boat. You got like one cleat way down on the end or something, so I'll have to kind of wing it when I get over there. So yeah, just stick around for that and we'll get to that point. So yeah. All right, so I made it out here on the water. It's kind of choppy out today. When I looked up the wind, it says it's like 13 miles an hour winds right now. So it's gonna make it a little more difficult. If you hear some wind coming across, like, you know, coming across the video, I'm trying to cut it down as much as I can. So I'll just do what I can do. I'm gonna try to find a spot that's not so windy and get out here, and then yeah, we'll kind of just go from there. So I'll give you all a quick little look around. Let me flip the screen. But that's kind of the lake right now. It's a little rocky. The boat's all kind of rocky at the moment. Just give you all a little look around, and then I'm gonna see what I can get into. So yeah, just stick around. We'll see what we can find. So it's kind of windy out. I don't know how well the volume's working, but we'll try to get in here and see what we can kind of get our hands on a little bit. And all of this is rough. And that wind is probably really rough right now. It's probably rough on the camera. The water's really shallow out here, so yeah, it's kind of hard to decide on what to fish. So I can find me a little pocket to get into to get out of this wind for a little bit. We're getting here in the rod locker. I think we're gonna start with, maybe we just start with the super fluke. Usually I like to run this guy right here, but I think we're just gonna run a super fluke for a little bit. Maybe we go weighted. Get down in the water depth a little bit. Yeah, maybe we go weighted. Move this guy out the way. Over here and grab this guy. And that wind is something else right now. It's like a cell. It's pulling me all over. Holes. I think we're gonna try to get up in that area right over there where the wind is calmed down and I don't have to fight it nowhere near as much. And we're gonna cut across over here. Yep, little needlefish over here. Alright, so this spot is a little less windy, but it's just along the edge here all the way down. So I'm gonna try to fish this a little bit. It's kind of hard right now. The wind's been beating me up. Usually the spots I like to fish are kind of really windy right now. So I don't know. This lake is pretty big, so trying out a different spot right now is not a bad thing. The water level is really low. You can kind of see like right there along the rocks, and I don't know how much wind you're getting right now, but you can kind of see along, like the water is usually right up to the rocks there. So the dam is directly behind me back there, right there where the cars are driving across, and they got the gates kind of up, so it's overflowing a lot more now. So they're pulling the water level down over here. And I'm assuming it's because this summer and into the winter, it's their way of killing off a lot of the grass. So, yeah. But we're going to keep getting in here and hopefully maybe get something along this edge here. Maybe just 1 or 2 fish or whatever if we can today. It might be a little difficult today, so. So it's a little rough over here right now. I think the idea is we're just gonna kind of look around. I'm just gonna look at some spots that aren't so windy and that I haven't really fished on this lake before. So we're gonna check those out. All the spots that I really want to fish that I know I could probably pull up something. It's just too windy to kind of get over there. I could get up in there, but I don't really want to fight the wind today. So and I'm not worried about it. I like getting out here anyways and just seeing what I can kind of get. So yeah, we're gonna check around this corner over here, and just kind of look up in there and see what we can find. All right, so this little spot is not so windy. It has like a little point that kind of goes out here, and you could probably fish. I'll probably drift on down there, fish to that point or whatever. But I don't feel like today is a great day for all of this, just because I know the areas that I want to fish. But I don't want to sit there and get beat up and fight the wind the whole time. And there's other days that I can come out and come fish too. So, but it is really nice out today. It feels super good. It's like right there in the mid, low, pretty much 70, 69-ish here and there with the wind chill a little bit. It might cut you down a little bit more, but overall, it's a pretty nice day out, and it's just kind of cool to get out here. But I think I'm going to change it up just for the rest of the day. I have some fish in the fridge that I want to take and cook up, and maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of that. My wife's going to go get the kids from school. I just talked to her on the phone. She's going to pick up the kids from school. I'm just showing you guys like around while I'm sitting here talking. She's snagging the kids from school, and then we're just gonna take and probably run over to the store, go pick up some stuff to fry up some of this fish and fry up some. She wants some hot wings, so I'm gonna make her some of those too, and then I'll probably make some like French fries. I might make some sweet potato fries. I don't know. I haven't really decided how lazy I want to be yet. But yeah, it's really nice. When you have this is one of the more windier days. It's saying it's like 13-mile-an-hour winds. So when you don't have that much wind going on, it's really nice to get out here on Deer Point Lake and just sit here and chop it up and stuff. So, all right, yeah. If y'all want to stick around for that, I think I'm gonna run back over to the boat landing, go load up my boat. I might just fish this little bit right here, real quick, and then let's stick around. All right, so got my boat all pulled back up. You guys can kind of see here. So I'm just gonna go through and finish like buttoning it back up real quick. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of a little choppy out there, and the water level is low. Like that dock right there, you can kind of see off to the side. The water usually comes up here, and then it's usually you can kind of use that dock right there on that side. People usually use that boat ramp, but everybody's been using this one because it sits lower. And at the bottom, you really can't see it from here. At the bottom, you got to kind of like pull up your engine before you can even get close enough to pull your boat up or whatever, because it's just so low that you scrape the bottom. So I got these boat buckles, which are pretty cool. They hold the boat on really well. Yep. And then all I'll do is just cinch these back down real quick. Like that. That's on there good. Go down here, grab the plug. Take the plug out. Probably some water still left in it from where my boat's been sitting. So, which I kind of expected this anyways. All the water kind of rushes over the back when you're sitting there trying to load up the boat, and just kind of rushes over the back and then gets in there, and then yeah, gets inside your usually runs out the back, but there's like a little hole and stuff on the side here that it can kind of get down up inside your boat, so it's not too bad though. On this side, and most of the stuff I'll probably just leave in the boat when I take it back to the house. It ain't gonna hurt anything, but I just wanted to make sure I got the main things on the boat, and then the last is just put the pole on the boat, and that's about it. And that kind of like buttons up the boat, so yeah. And there's nobody really here. Everybody else that was here earlier at the boat ramp. Normally I would pull my boat all the way up and just get it out of the way, but there's nobody even fishing today. I'm the only person out right now at the moment. There was like 2 other boats out, but they done left. I think they done got tired of fighting the wind as well, so. Work on this a little bit. I'll flip that over actually. Flip it on. Do it this way. There we go. That looks good. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna roll on back to the house. There's nothing really in here I'm worried about kind of losing or coming out, so it'll probably all just sit here until I get back to the house, which is like right around the road for me. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna take my keys out real quick, and I'll see you in the truck in a minute. All right, so all back in the truck. So the rest of the game plan for today, because I was talking to my wife on the phone anyways, we're gonna get some food, we're gonna run back to the house. She has to pick up the kids at school here in like the next 30 minutes or so. Tow haul mode, yeah. All right, and then we just roll out. Everything's all buttoned up, all good. But yeah, she has to pick up the kids here in like the next 30 minutes, so she's gonna do that. I'm gonna get back to the house. I should make it back to the house by the time she gets the kids and get all, and then I'll put the boat up real quick, and we're gonna run to, I gotta put my seatbelt on, I'm gonna have it beeping constantly. We're gonna run to the store and we'll get some stuff to make some fish. So I got a lot of, I like this food saver that I like to use, that I vacuum seal all the fish that I catch, and then I put them in the freezer and stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. All right, and then if you guys just want to stick around and kind of wait around for that and see what we got cooking up for dinner, I'll try to get back out at some point, and maybe I'll go do the river next time. especially like keep fighting this lake sometimes. And it's not too bad to get in there, but it's like every time it seems like I went lately, it's just like super windy, and I get tired of fighting the wind. So I like to get out in the woods sometimes and get to these little ponds and stuff, because it's surrounded by trees and you ain't gotta really fight the wind the whole time. So I like to get out there sometimes and do that stuff, and that's not too bad. And then the creek itself, so yeah. But yeah, just stick around. We're gonna go head back to the house, and I'm gonna knock all this out. So. Alright, so back at the house. One of the things that I wanted to do just at the end of like fishing, I go through and I open up all the hatches. I'll probably let it sit for a little while just to kind of like air out, because when I got in this morning and kind of looked at the boat, like all of those areas on the inside, and I can kind of show you here, let me flip it around. They get moisture on the inside, so it doesn't matter how much you keep a tarp on it and everything else, the moisture from Florida still gets in these inner compartments. And if you have stuff sitting in there, they'll get mold on it and get nasty. So that's the one downside of keeping your boat outside, is if you keep all your stuff, nothing really happens to my rods. I noticed that, and I don't know if it's just because the way my rods sit there in that little rod box right over there. I don't know if it's just because of that the way they sit, and they're kind of just like open in the area here, that they just like air out. You can kind of see here, they just kind of all sit in there, and they're all sitting separate, spread apart. There's no mold that ever really gets on them. They never really get wet. Every time I open it, they look dry. They always look dry, so they never look damp in there or nothing. But my little tackle box area, that will get wet and damp. So I kind of let it like air out, and then up in there where I put my life vest and stuff, it'll do the same. So both of these little compartments on the left and right, they always seem like they're always pretty dry. So I don't understand why these ones always stay dry and they never really have moisture in them, but the two inner compartments will always kind of like get moisture, and then these little compartments will get moisture in them. So that's just kind of like how I do it when I got some time and I'm sitting here at the house while I'm waiting on my wife to pick up the kids. I just kind of go through and I just let it sit, open up and air out. And you kind of got to do these with these boats if you don't want to, if they're sitting outside and you don't want to get mold and, you know, all the stuff and all the nastiness on the inside and stuff. I used to take like this garage, I kind of like pull my life vest out. This garage that I got now, I could probably fit the boat in, but then I wouldn't have these shelves right here with my tools, and then like fit my golf cart in here and stuff. I could probably fit the boat in here, but like I just run into trouble with that. So until I get a bigger spot or a bigger house, that's just what I got to do with the boat for now. So that's just how I have to deal with it. And yeah, I mean, if you pick up a boat yourself, if you guys pick up one yourself and you have an outside boat and you have carpet, you're probably gonna have to do this from time to time. Open it up, let it air out, so all the mold doesn't get on the inside. So, but yep, I just wanted to show you guys that. So I'm waiting on my wife to get back here, and as soon as she gets back here to the house, we're gonna ride over to the store and go get some stuff to snack on. So yep, just stick around for that. Fucking ridiculous.
Hey everybody, Daddy's gonna cook for us and Mommy and Daddy, okay? Bye you guys!
Cut!
Alright y'all, made it here back to the house. I want to show you guys something that I like to do. I like to put together for my fish. So I'll make my own tartar sauce. And how I go about doing it is that I just use any kind of mustard, and then any kind of mayonnaise that you kind of want to use. You kind of prefer whatever you kind of want to choose. I'm using this Miracle Whip mayonnaise right now. And then just a lot of this stuff you can just get at like Walmart or whatever. And then relish. Some relish, same thing. You can pick any kind of relish you like to get. And then the last two things will be just some lemon juice. And you can just pick any kind of lemon juice up that you want from Walmart or any of those other stores. And then this is the thing that I like to add that I see a lot of other people don't do, is that I'll add dill to it. So that's my way of doing tartar sauce. And just to give you guys a little like easy way about going about doing it is, I don't think I've opened this mayonnaise yet, but essentially I'll pop open the mayonnaise, and you kind of just make it, and you'll mix all of these together until you get the taste you want. I kind of wing a lot of the stuff that, like, I don't have an exact amount that I put in for each thing. I kind of just go and then taste it as I go, and then decide if I like it or not. So I'll add a bunch of mayonnaise to it. So for me, I'm probably going to be the main one in the house eating the tartar sauce. So you can add as much mayonnaise as you want. So I pick a decent amount that I want to add. And then same with the mustard. I just add a little bit of mustard to it. And you can always change up how much mustard you want in there, how much of the pickles, the dill that you want in there. And I like to use a fork because I can kind of like mix it up better with it, and then I don't get all the juice from the pickles or the relish that I choose. So I'll add some relish to it. And I like a lot of relish with mine, so I'll add some relish to it over here. And then I use a little bit of lemon juice. And you can kind of pick how much you want to add in yours. And then the last thing, which is the dill. And I kind of just, it's like, I feel like it makes a difference. I don't add too much, just enough. And then I mix it all up. And some people I've seen add, like, they'll add, like, I even seen people add pepper to theirs, whatever they kind of want to choose for theirs. But that's essentially all I kind of do, and then I mix it up pretty good. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple to make the tartar sauce. So I'm gonna go through here, just kind of giving you guys an idea on how you want to make your tartar sauce, and if I want to add more mayonnaise, which I think I do need to add more mayonnaise because I think I got quite a bit of mustard in here. I can already tell. But you can add as much as you want, mix it up however you want, and yeah. I don't think with tartar sauce there's no perfect way to kind of make it. I think you kind of make it how you like it. I've seen a million different ways that people go online and make tartar sauce. So for me, I just kind of make it how I want, and then I just taste it and see if I like it, and kind of go from there. So yep, that's my tartar sauce. You guys can probably find other little recipes online how to make tartar sauce. So yeah, then the next thing I'll show you guys is just like how I do the chicken and the fish. Alright y'all, so this is some of the fish, the bass. This is all bass that I pick up or whatever. I go out there and I fillet it all. But I vacuum seal it all, and this I got back in October. But I vacuum seal it all and then I freeze it. And this is the first time I'm cutting it back open. So the bass is, it's pretty good. It's pretty easy to kind of make. And how I like to kind of do it is like when I cut one of these packs open after I let it thaw out, because I pulled this out last night, is I'll take it and I'll put it in a Tupperware like this. And the reason for it with the napkin, let me separate these a little bit. But the reason for it is that the napkin helps kind of absorb the moisture that's in it. Look at these, they kind of stick together a little bit. There we go. And then I'll take the lid like this, and I'll kind of like shake it around with the napkin. And that kind of helps get any of the extra moisture that's inside the bass out that I'm trying to pull out, because I don't want it to be really wet when I drop it in the air fryer or the fryer. I want it to be kind of pretty much for the most part dried and patted off. So when I'm done with that, and I got all the bass kind of done, I'll lay them in here, and then I'll kind of like cut them up in chunks, however I kind of want to do it. So that's kind of like it with the bass. And then essentially I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing with the chicken. So I got a bunch of chicken right here, and there's a ton here, and I'll make plenty of chicken and just have leftovers for days. I already put it on here and then went and washed my hands, 'cause touching all this chicken just kind of makes you. And then I'll use this for the chicken, just some kind of like seasoning. You can get whatever other kind of buffalo season. We're gonna season these up, and then we're gonna after we get them frying them, we're gonna use the Hooter sauce to kind of dip them in it. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the fish and the the chicken. The fish I'm actually going to do the same way with the chicken. I'm going to actually use the same batter here and season them up with the buffaloes because I'm going to make buffalo bass. And then I'm going to put them in the air fryer like that. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to get them all kind of prepped up, and then I'll show you what they look like after they're done. Alright, so the other thing that I'm doing right now is just kind of like prepping the little fryer I have right here. I just set it for 350. You can kind of cook chicken and fish at 350 in the fryer. It kind of works either or. Just the fish you can't leave in as long. The chicken you can leave a little longer. So I've already dried off the fish a little bit. I dried off the chicken some. So that's the next thing we're going to start working on. We're going to let this get up to temperature, and then we'll start frying up some fish. But before I do that, I'm gonna do the chicken first and batter the chicken up, and then I'm gonna do the fish second, and I'm gonna fry the fish in here next. That way the chicken don't have a fishy taste to it, and the chicken, like, I don't really care about the taste really with the chicken with the fish or whatever, so I can fry the fish last. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna batter it up, and then we'll go from there. Alright everyone, this is the buffalo chicken that we kind of put together, and then we just went ahead and did a little bit of batch of fries since we got a lot of chicken, and then this is all the bass that I went ahead and just like fried up. Right now it's just the buffalo, same buffalo season that you do on the chicken, I just did it on the bass. And then we have a Hooter sauce, which I showed earlier. Let's see if I can snag it real quick. We mainly used a lot of it, but that's pretty much the Hooter sauce we use for the chicken and stuff. We already dipped it in there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing here with the fish. But yeah, that's pretty much tonight's dinner and how we kind of laid out. Obviously we're not going to eat all of this with in just one sitting. This will go into a couple of days, but just something, just how I like to fry up food is that I don't like to do a little bit. Since I'm frying, I'm just going ahead and frying a bunch up at once, and then I'll carry it on to the next day. So yep, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everybody watching the video for today. I know it was kind of a bust for me fishing today, but it kind of is what it is. Sometimes you just have like those bad days or whatever. It was a little windy, but I kind of like being out there anyways. So yeah, if everybody would, I appreciate everybody's time, and if you would like and subscribe, and yeah, say bye, Leah.
Bye.
I'll be in the video. Say bye. Say bye. Bye.
Goodbye.